Uh, Now, if you see here, guys, I have this sorting issue. Since you talked about this sorting issue, you have asked me this thing before also. I want to actually talk on this now in detail. You see, when I have this, okay, and I create, let's say, um, date and the cost, for example, okay, and I remove the day part. I remove this and this. Yeah, fine. Right? Now, if you see here, my months are sorted, isn't it? Jan, Feb, March, April, May, June, July. I mean, like this. But when you create a visual, they are not going to be sorted in this way. Because understand, you can do the sorting. So let me take you back to Control C, Control V. Okay? There's another visual. And I use, let's say, age group. Okay, see this. Not age group, something which, yeah, items. Yeah, fine. See, one is this visual, one is this. Now you see this, the visual which we are using. If I go and ask you that, can you sort the data in the descending order based on the sales, or let's say ascending based on the sales? I mean, the highest sales should come first, and then second highest, the third highest, right? This way, I want. So we can always have this three drops here, and I can always say, I want to sort my axis. I want to sort my axis based on the cost, isn't it? Because right now we have a cost. If you have here another field, then that field will also reflect here. That's a sales. So you have to make sure what you are trying to sort. I say that right now it is descending. You can see that, right? If I say ascending, it can also be the ascending. Makes sense, right? So if I put here, let's say, so we have the axis here, item name, and against the item name, I'll use item shape also, like this, right? Not the item shape, it's a very small number, sales, right? Now, here, if I go back in the sort axis, you see we have the option, descending, ascending, which is understood, but on basis on what? Basis on what? Cost, sales, or item itself. Now I say that, no, I don't want the cost of the sales. I want the item name based on ascending order. Make sense? So let's say I click on the ascending order. You see that now ascending order is there alphabetically. It's a good option, right? I'll try to put some, because these are, let me use the country actually instead of the item. We can read this. Yeah. So you see that alphabetically it is sorted, isn't it? No. Well, let's go back here. See, it's actually sorting the cost. Cost-wise also, we can sort the data. And then the sales will automatically readjust because you can't have both the things in one go sorted. So I prefer country, let's say. So you see the country is in the descending order. Clear? Now this is something, one information for you, that how we can sort the axis or maybe the graph based on the value. I'll keep this right now just 1. Okay. So I can sort this from here. Not a big deal about it. Now here, why I'm telling you this. Now you generally find the months here, not in this way. Because you see, ascending order for my month will be like April will be first. Because it's A, isn't it? It's A. So if you try to use this option here, if I click here and I say I want to sort the axis. See, sometimes when your visual is up and you trying to figure it out, like, for example, like this, that where is that 3 dots? Please check this portion also of your visual, because if it is going to be aligned on the, too much on the top side, then that icon, there it start coming here. Okay, so just, it can make you uncomfortable for some time. So please, either you have a space, which I always keep, or otherwise, just have a look here. It must be somewhere on the either of the side. So I click here and I want to sort the axis. Now you see, if I sort the axis month wise, I want to sort, not the cost wise. Now when you sort the axis month wise, this is what happens. December, November, October, this, not this actually. Let me give you the, basically I have to, because I have already done the adjustments. So sorry about this. I want to tell you the issue first. All right. So how I'm going to tell you the issue. Let's create a table quickly. I want to explain this from the very beginning. This is your table. Okay. So I put here the month, which is month sales month. So I'll use the sales table load. Okay. So now we have this data. Let's go here. Let's I put the months here and I put the sales here. Okay, like this. This is what I was talking about actually. Yeah. Now you see that because we have this axis, what it's doing, it's sorting the data, right? This is the sales actually. Let me click on the months. Okay, months. Now I expect that my month to be sorted the way I want, isn't it? We can do this sort of mistake. Ascending order, let's keep this. Believing that, I may get Jan, Feb, March, and so on, right? But, in our dictionary, alphabets, if you will sort the alphabets, this is how they're going to look like, right? A and then B, C, D, E, F. So this is not serving the purpose. Because if your audience will look at this graph, they will say, why this person is showing me the Jan data here? What is the reason? Nobody wants to see the data in this way. There are some specific things which we are following in terms of like, years, months, quarters. We never want to see the data. Like if you have 10 years of data, you say that first 2001 to 2010. So I want to see the data first 2007, then 2005, then so on, right? If you want to see it, that might be the one of the case, rarest of rare. But otherwise, these months, week, numbers, all that, we always expect the audience, we want to show that data to in the, this pattern, the way we count the months, Jan, Feb, March, or maybe December, then November, October. That's fine, but not like this way. So now how can you sort out this problem? This is basically what I'm trying to now, give you the solution. First of all, the month we have here, let's go to your data. Now what you have to do is, because see, this month we have just typed it. It's a text formatting. It is not the month which you have here from the date formatting. You all know this data we are using, there is no month here, right? And this date column has a data type called date. It is the power of this Power BI, that the beauty of this Power BI, that whenever you drag the field date here, it gives you the date hierarchy, isn't it? And you can off and on it, as we discussed. We have seen this. Now, month, it automatically creates for you from that date. And date is a number. So when I sort my data here, because of my dates, I was able to see the sorting the way I want, which can give me the impression that, oh, this is fine. I mean, sorting happens, ascending, descending happens on every category like this, right? But you should think on this particular piece for a second, that if I'm sorting something on ascending, how come the Jan comes first, isn't it? Because this is not a text. This is not a text. It's all about fundamentals. These are the dates, right? And these are the dates. That's why dates are always can be sorted. If you tell the Power BI or Excel or any tool, I'm giving you 4 years of data, 2011 to 2015, and you use the feature called sorting anywhere in any tool, the sorting will happen unless there is a problem in your date, right? Now, but here, if I take you to this data here, these are not the dates, my friends, right? I have just typed it, the month and then, right? I shouldn't have done that, but let's say if it is there, right? So when you go and say, I want to sort, they will not consider these as dates. They will not consider then, obviously, if not dates, then months, and the sorting will not happen the way we want, and the sorting will come like this. And that will give you a nightmare. How I can now solve this, which is very easy. Now, what you have to do, understand, there is a virtual column which we will go and create here based on these months. And that we will never actually use in our data, but it has to be created based on the numbers, because numbers can be sorted only. Numbers can be sorted only in such a situation, right? I mean, specific situation where I want Jan to be sorted, Jan to appear first and then Feb. So why don't I create something which gives me the index of Jan as 1, Feb as 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then I can tell the BI, look, whenever you use this month field in the visualization, make sure you know that they are actually sorted based on the order of that particular field, which is actually a number. And it's not that you have to create 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can create anything, but making it sure that Jan, if I want the Jan to be the first entry, that should be the smallest number, 100, 101, 102, 103. So let's go and create this, isn't it? Now creating this is very easy. Let's go to the Power Query. You don't have to do this in Excel. You can, but why? Let's go here, transform data, right? In the transform data, you remember we have used this option last time, add column, right? So in the add column, what you will do, first of all, let's select the table, right? This is my table. Let's hide all these. Yeah. This is the one. Okay. We will simply say add column, and I want to add the column which is based on the index column. Do you want to start from 0 or 1? Well, I can start from anywhere, doesn't matter, because 0 is also a number. So you say, I just want to add the 1. Okay. Please remember, I'm doing this in Power Query, but if you just want to create the same thing in Excel, please go and create that. No Power Query phobia. Okay. But this is a very easy step in Power Query. Very basic. Okay. I click on the 1. Right. Data type is number. Make sure you have the right data type. It's already there. So when it added the numbers, Power Query has automatically given the data type, and I can see also integer, right? So I think my job is done. Now, all these numbers, all these values, all these the categories here, like in this case, it's Jan, Feb, March, they should have these unique numbers only. No duplicacy. I mean, it's not happened that Jan is also 1, Feb is also 1. Just for information, all should be given the unique number. And when you tell the BI that sort this month based on this, so you can imagine if I put here the number 10 and I put the number here, let's say 1, then which will be sorted first? And then the same, the axis, in the axis, when you use the axis, this particular value will show first. And then again, you will get confused why it is happening. Okay. So smallest number to largest number based on these fields. Correct? So let's say close and apply now.
So I have a question here, Vijay sir.
Let me just finish this and then I'll have your question.
Okay.
So this index is there. Okay. Make sure you have again the data type as number. Okay. Though it was the data type was in the number in the, Power Query, but again, just have this. Make sure you check this. This should not be text, because you can't, if you start doing the sorting on the text behaves differently. Okay. Let me tell you this. See, if you're putting in the number, see this now, 1, 1, 1. Okay. So what I do, I create here. Have you seen these things in Excel, right? Sometimes these comes. Basically what I'm trying to do is, these are all actually text. Why text? Because I put the single quote here. So they look like a number to you, but they are not, right? And that's why this Excel pop-up also comes in, right? When we work on the data, sometimes this happens. This generally happens when you bring the data from other sources. So the formatting can have a challenge. Anyways, what I'm trying to say, these look like a number, of course, right? But if I try to sort them, what will happen? If I go and sort, and I expect 1 and then 2 and then 11 and so on, isn't it? So let's see what is going to happen. Let me sort this data based on column K. Okay. Now, when you sort this, Excel ask you, because Excel also keeps, this finds this data strange. Do you want to sort anything that looks like a number is a number? Excel say, I think these are the numbers. They look like a number to me, but their property is text, because of that single quote. So that's why it says, we want me to sort them like a number, right? We don't read the errors or the prompts, these prompts, isn't it? We just go with the hit and trial. Let me see. No, next time you read this. And the other option, sort numbers and numbers stored as text separately. So basically it is saying that, look, I'm going to do the sorting, but if the numbers are stored as text, I'll sort them in my way, which is what? Which is that all the ones will be first put together. I will check all the ones. See, 1, 1, 1, 111. If you have 4 times 1, that is going to be the next number before this 1, 2, 3. So all the sorting happens in this, and your sorting now has gone for a toss. This is not how we wanted it, isn't it? But fundamentally, it has done the right thing. So this is the first thing. Let me delete this, right? So what I'm trying to say is that the same thing will happen here in the BI if you will not make sure that this is the whole number. Because if I go and change this to a text, then the sorting again will start happening like 1, then 1, 1, and then 2, then 2, 2, or 2, 2, 2, or 4 times 2, like this. Okay. So one thing is clear now, right? That sorting has to be a number. Now, what is the next thing? Next thing is that you have to select the month. Select the month, and now in the column tools, select the month which you want to now, for which we have this issue. Sort the column. Please see, this is under the column tool. Sort the column. How do you want to sort the column? Which column? Which I have selected. What I have selected? Months. So go here, and I want to sort this by index. Right? Index is just a name. You can use any name. We are just focusing on the part that every month has to be given the index, which should be unique. So I'm going to sort this. Now, when you sort this, nothing will happen. It is going to work on it. Fine. Now, we will go back to the visual and we will see the data is sorted. See, it's sorted. Why I didn't have the issue here? Because I was dealing with the dates, and dates are always sorted. But in your case, you may not have the date, but the months written like this. So create the index and have this. The sorting is done in this way. Okay, so what happens if I say sort the axis in the descending? Beautiful. Actually, it's not sorting this. It's sorting by the index in the background and putting you these numbers there. Because for this graph, these are just the text. They are not dates. Are you getting the point? That's why you see here, there's no hierarchy. Okay, there's no hierarchy. So we can sort out this issue.